Believe with an open heart at this very moment. By the end of this prayer, you will feel a profound transformation, a lightness in your chest, a peace that surpasses all understanding. Yes, it's true. You have come here because your spirit cried out for help, because your nights have been heavy, and your soul longs for comfort. But know that it is no coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence in the divine plan. You are here because she who always intercedes for us was already looking at you, guiding your steps, whispering in your heart, "Come, lay your burden at my feet. I will take care of you tonight." My beloved family of light, we who believe in the power of prayer, we who understand that in every darkness of the night there is a star shining to guide us, we gather now in communion of faith. You are not alone at this moment. We are many hearts beating together, many voices echoing a single plea to heaven. In distant homes, in faraway cities, in lonely hearts, people like you are at this moment opening themselves to the divine presence. We are together. We are connected by a thread of light that Our Lady of Grace holds in her maternal hands. She sees us. She knows us by name. She feels every beat of our heart, every tear we shed in the wee hours when no one is watching. And it is precisely for these nights that she descends from heaven, wraps her blue cloak around us, and whispers, "Do not be afraid. I am here." Yes, tonight is special. Tonight is not like other nights, because tonight you did not come alone into the presence of Our Lady of Grace. You brought your pain. You brought your anxieties, those you kept during the day, those that only the early morning knows. You brought your doubts, those that appear when the silence is absolute, and there are no distractions to escape from the deepest thoughts. You brought your hope, small perhaps, but still shining. And this is exactly how she wishes to receive us. Not as perfect people, not as those who have all the answers. She wishes to receive us as we are, wounded and hopeful, broken and still wanting to move forward, desperate and full of faith, because the blessing of Our Lady of Grace is not for the perfect. It is for those who dare to believe despite everything. She who emerged from the river, who was found in two parts but revealed herself whole and complete in her divine perfection, is the exact symbol of our hope tonight. Just as she was found fragmented but reunited in glory, so too can we who are fragmented by worries, by the pressures of the day, by relationships that leave us confused, by uncertainty about the future, be reunited. We can be made whole again. Our Lady of Grace does not come with judgment. She comes with open arms, with a heart overflowing with maternal tenderness, with the absolute certainty that each of us deserves peace, deserves comfort, deserves the transformation that her presence brings. And so, my beloved, allow yourself to feel now. Breathe deeply with me. Feel the air entering your lungs as if it were the very angelic breeze. Hold it for a moment. Now release it slowly. In this space of silence between inhalation and exhalation, there is eternity. There is the place where our soul speaks with God. It is in this space that we begin. Because the pain you carry, I recognize it. Yes, I know it too. Nights when the heart aches for no apparent reason. Nights when the eyes burn with tears that cannot fall. Nights when the chest tightens and we cannot breathe properly because something inside us is silently screaming for help. You are not crazy. You are not weak. You are human. And it is precisely in these moments of profound humanity that we are closest to God, because it is then that we recognize our smallness, our limitation, our need for a love that surpasses all human understanding. I declare here with you all this pain. I name each one of them, the loneliness that sometimes surrounds us even when we are surrounded by people, the feeling of inadequacy that tells us that we are not enough, that we have failed, that we should have done better, the fear of the unknown, that fear that has no name because it is fear of everything that can happen and everything that may not happen. The weariness of carrying responsibilities that seem increasingly heavy. The feeling that no one really understands us, that we are here only fulfilling a role, going through the days without really living. I name all this because when we name the pain, it ceases to be an invisible enemy and becomes something we can surrender, something we can place at the feet of she who understands every wound of the human heart. Tonight, I place my pain at the feet of Our Lady of Grace, not for her to carry it alone, not for her to magically make it disappear as if it never existed, so that she shows me how to carry this pain without letting it destroy me, so that she teaches me to transform each wound into compassion, each fracture into renewed strength. Because Our Lady does not come to deny our reality. She comes to embrace it with us. Her blue mantle descends from the sky and envelopes not only the bright days of our lives, but also the darkest nights, especially the darkest nights, because it is in the darkness that the light shines most intensely. It is in pain that comfort has the greatest meaning. It is when we are most desperate that she meets us most palpably. And now I plead. Yes, I plead with a heart that no longer has the strength to hold everything alone. Mother Mary, Queen of Brazil, Mother of infinite compassion, I come before you with my empty hands and my open heart. I plead for the peace that transcends all logic, that peace that the world cannot understand, that peace that makes no sense when everything around is chaotic, but that still dwells in us when we trust in you. I plead that you bring, tonight, the healing balm to every emotional wound I carry. I plead that you cast over me your maternal protection, the kind that prevents anything truly evil from reaching me. I plead that you intercede for me before the throne of God, because I recognize that my words alone have no power, but yours, blessed Mother, yours do. Your words are heard. Your presence is felt. Your influence in the heart of God is absolute because you are the one He chose as Mother. Receive my plea, not as someone who asks as if asking a stranger, but as a child who runs into the arms of their mother. Because that's what you are in this moment. You are a child again. You drop all the masks you wear during the day, all the pretenses, all that armor you built to survive in the world. Here, at the feet of Our Lady of Aparecida, you are just a child who needs to be comforted, who needs to be embraced, who needs to be reassured that everything will be okay. And she, Mother Mary, she is waiting for it. She is waiting for you to surrender completely, that you stop trying to solve it alone, that you simply trust. And then, when you confess your deepest need, when you admit that you can't do it alone, that's when the true transformation begins. This is where faith comes in. Not a blind faith as some preach, but a faith that recognizes reality, that sees the problem head-on, that does not deny the pain, but still chooses to believe that there is a higher presence that is greater than all of this. I believe because I saw it in my own life. I saw when everything seemed lost and suddenly a path opened up. I saw when I thought I had no more strength and discovered that within me dwelt a fortress that I didn't know existed. I saw when I prayed thinking that my prayer fell into the void, and days later I realized that everything had changed. Everything had been reorganized in a way that I would never have imagined. And now, tonight, I invite you to believe too. Not because I say so, but because you feel it. You feel that something is happening in you at this very moment. You feel that ancient, true, eternal words are touching your heart and awakening in you a hope that may have been dormant. Write in the comments, I trust in you, Mother Mary, on this night of transformation. Because when you write, when you speak aloud, when you share your declaration of faith, you are creating a bridge between the physical world and the spiritual world. You are saying to the entire universe, I am not giving up. I still believe. I still move forward. And every word you pronounce is a seed of faith that blooms in the heart of God, that reaches the ears of Our Lady of Aparecida, that feeds your own soul and that of all those who will read and feel less alone knowing that you are also here on this journey. Now, feel with all your senses. Imagine, if possible, the presence of Our Lady before you, not as a picture, not as a fixed image, but as a living, warm, palpable presence. Feel the warmth of her blue mantle enveloping your shoulders. Feel as if that mantle were made of peace, woven from light, sewn with infinite love. Imagine that as this mantle envelopes you, all the tension begins to leave you. All the stiffness in your shoulders disappears. All the contraction in your chest softens. All the headache that may be accompanying you fades away. Because it is not physical only. It's energetic, spiritual. It is a complete reorganization of your being. You are being touched by the hand that created gods, by the hand that blessed multitudes, by the hand of the one who is the intermediary between heaven and earth. And as you feel this presence, Allow hope to flood your being. Hope not because everything is resolved. Hope not because all your problems have magically disappeared. But hope because you are not alone. Hope because there is someone who cares. Hope because you are known, you are loved, you are important. Your life matters. Your pains matter. Your requests are heard. You are not a lost number in the crowd. You are a child of God. You are cared for by the Queen of Heaven. You are protected by powers that transcend all understanding. And with just that, hope can already germinate again in your heart. So I give thanks. Yes, even when the situation is not resolved, even when there are still doubts, even when the path ahead is uncertain, I give thanks. I give thanks for this sacred night. I give thanks for the opportunity to be here, gathered with you, with so many hearts that also seek solace. I give thanks for Our Lady of Aparecida, who descends from the heavens night after night, blessing, protecting, healing. I give thanks because gratitude is the key that opens doors that anxiety leaves closed. When you give thanks even before you see the resolution, when you praise even in difficulty, you are telling God and the universe that you trust, that you are not waiting for the circumstances to change in order to then believe. You believe first and the circumstances follow. And allow me to share something with you that changed my life. When I started to give thanks for things that I had not yet received, when I started to praise for miracles that I did not yet see manifested in the physical plane, my life changed. Not suddenly, gradually, but consistently, one by one, things began to align. The right people arrived at the right time. The doors that were closed began to open. And most importantly, peace returned. The peace that I had lost returned. And it returned not because the problems all disappeared, but because I was able to see that the problems were not bigger than the presence that dwells within me. And that same presence dwells in you too. Now, at this moment, as you read these words, you are being touched by the Spirit of Our Lady of Aparecida. Share this prayer so that more people receive this blessing. Yes, because when you share, you are expanding the kingdom of God. You are inviting other people to this communion of faith and solace. And you know what happens? When you open the door for others to enter this sacred presence, you also enter more deeply. Because spiritual generosity is a cycle. The more you share, the more you invite others to grace, the more you yourself receive grace. It is the eternal law of God. Giving and receiving are not opposites. They are movements of the same loving heart. Now, let's get to the heart of transformation. That pain that you felt at the beginning, the one that brought you here, I see it being lifted from your shoulders. It doesn't disappear magically. That's not how true healing works. But it is transformed, like gold that passes through the fire and comes out purer, more valuable, more brilliant. Your pain, when entrenched in your soul, makes you more compassionate. It makes you able to understand the suffering of another. It makes you an instrument of healing for those you will encounter. Because he who has suffered and been consoled is the best comforter for those who still suffer. I declare with living faith that you are not what hurt you. You are bigger. You are stronger. You are a blessed child of God, protected by the blue mantle of Our Lady of Aparecida. The impossible now becomes possible because you believe. And faith is not illusion. Faith is the substance of what is not seen. Faith is the evidence of supernatural things operating in the material dimension. When you believe, you change. And when you change, the world around you changes in response. I see you leaving this night different. Not because all the problems have been solved, but because you understood something fundamental: you are not alone. Never were, and never will be. There is a presence that loves you unconditionally, that sees you, that knows you, that intercedes for you. And that presence desires your peace as much as you desire to receive it. Maybe even more, because God's desire for our peace is infinitely greater than any desire of our own. I see you in the coming days living differently. Maybe you don't have words to explain what has changed. Maybe friends will ask you why you are different, why your eyes have a brightness they didn't have before, why your words have a peace that surpasses understanding. And you simply smile. You smile because you know. You know that you have been touched by something sacred. You know that your prayer has been heard. You know that Our Lady of Aparecida descended and enveloped you with her mantle of protection and tenderness. Let the solace descend completely upon you. Let peace occupy every corner of your being. Allow hope to heal those wounds that time alone cannot heal. Because not everything that time touched is healed, but everything faith touches is transformed. And you, in this moment, are being touched by faith, are being enveloped by grace, are being embraced by the infinite tenderness of she who is mother of us all. So, with all my heart, with all my gratitude, with all my faith, I surrender to you and to all your future nights the complete blessing of the Most High through the powerful intercession of Our Lady of Grace. May each night you live from now on be illuminated by her presence. May each day be started with the confidence that you are blessed. May each moment of difficulty be transformed into an opportunity to know more deeply God's love for you. May this prayer bless your home, transforming it into a sanctuary of peace. May it bless your life, bringing clarity, direction, and purpose. May it bless all those you love, protecting them, caring for them, guiding them. May it bless your enemies too, converting their hearts, bringing reconciliation and understanding. May it bless your future, with opportunities that you would never imagine were possible. And may you, my beloved child of God, you who have reached the end of this prayer with an open heart, you who have allowed yourself to be touched by the sacred presence, may you receive abundantly, exponentially, the blessing that your soul so desperately seeks. Because you deserve it, deserved it from the beginning, but now you also believe you deserve it. And that belief, that faith, that surrender is what transforms everything. May peace precede you wherever you go. May protection surround you like an invisible shield. May grace accompany you at every step. May hope never abandon your heart. May you never forget this night when you were found by the Mother of Heaven. May you carry with you, for the rest of your life, the living memory of how you felt being cared for, being loved, being seen.